Could Donald Trump, the controversial U.S. president, actually win the Nobel Peace Prize in 2025? It sounds like the plot of a political thriller, but it's a question that's seriously being asked as the Norwegian Nobel Committee prepares to announce this year's winner. Trump himself has boldly declared that he deserves the prize, claiming he's ended at least 7 wars, a feat no other leader has achieved, according to him. But here's where it gets controversial. While Trump takes credit for brokering ceasefires and peace deals, his role in some conflicts is hotly disputed, and his aggressive foreign policies have raised eyebrows globally. And this is the part most people miss. Even if he wins, would it align with the Nobel Prize's ideals of promoting peace and international cooperation? Let's dive into the details. Since taking office in January, Trump has been vocal about his Nobel aspirations, citing his efforts in conflicts ranging from the Middle East to South Asia. But is he truly a peacemaker? Or is this just another chapter in his quest for political prestige? Let's break it down. Trump's claims: peacemaker or self-promoter. Trump has repeatedly stated that he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize, most notably during his September speech at the United Nations General Assembly, UNGA. He listed conflicts he claims to have ended, including those between Cambodia and Thailand, Kosovo and Serbia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC and Rwanda, Pakistan and India, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, and Armenia and Azerbaijan. But here's the catch. While some nations credit him for mediation, others deny his involvement entirely. For instance, Trump takes credit for the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, rooted in his 20-point peace plan. However, critics argue that U.S. military and diplomatic support for Israel has prolonged the conflict. Similarly, while Pakistan thanked Trump for brokering a ceasefire with India, Indian officials insist he played no role. Is Trump a peacemaker, or is he simply taking credit where it's not due? The controversial credentials. Trump's credentials as a peace broker are far from clear-cut. Here's a closer look at some key conflicts. Israel-Hamas ceasefire. Trump unveiled a 20-point peace plan, and a ceasefire deal was announced shortly after. While this is a significant step, it's too early to tell if it will lead to lasting peace. Nina Gregor, director of the Peace Research Institute Oslo, notes that Trump deserves credit for his efforts, but questions whether they're substantial enough for a Nobel Prize. Iran-Israel conflict. Trump brokered a ceasefire after Israel struck Iranian nuclear facilities. But the U.S. was an active participant in the conflict, with Trump ordering strikes on Iranian sites. Does this make him a peacemaker or a combatant? India-Pakistan aerial war. Trump announced a ceasefire, but India denies his involvement. Does this undermine his credibility? The Obama factor, Trump's obsession with the Nobel Prize, isn't just about peace. It's also about comparing himself to former President Barack Obama, who won the prize in 2009. But here's the irony. Obama's win was widely criticized as premature, given his role in expanding drone strikes and continuing multiple wars. Trump has openly complained, "If I were named Obama, I would have had the Nobel Prize given to me in 10 seconds. Is Trump's pursuit of the prize more about ego than actual achievements? The aggressor angle. While Trump touts his peacemaking efforts, his administration has been involved in numerous military actions. He ordered strikes in Somalia, Yemen, and the Caribbean, and even threatened to annex Greenland, Canada, and the Panama Canal. Does this align with the Nobel Prize's mission of promoting peace and disarmament? Rager points out that Trump's actions, including retreating from international institutions and infringing on democratic rights, don't align with Alfred Nobel's vision. The Nobel Prize's controversial history. The Nobel Peace Prize has a history of controversial winners. Henry Kissinger won in 1973 for ending the Vietnam War, despite prolonging it and overseeing devastating bombing campaigns. Shimon Peres won in 1994 for the Oslo Accords, despite his role in the Suez War and missile attacks on the PLO. Even Aung San Suu Kyi, once a pro-democracy icon, faced calls to revoke her prize over the Rohingya genocide. If Trump wins, would he join this list of controversial laureates? Who's endorsing Trump? Trump has garnered endorsements from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet, Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan, and Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev. Within his cabinet, Steve Witkoff and U.S. Representative Buddy Carter have championed his cause. But will these endorsements sway the Nobel Committee? What if Trump doesn't win? Trump has already warned that not awarding him the prize would be a big insult to America. With tensions between the U.S. and Norway already high over tariffs and divestment from U.S. companies, could Trump's reaction further strain relations? The final question as the world awaits the Nobel Committee's decision, the question remains, does Donald Trump truly embody the spirit of the Nobel Peace Prize, or is his pursuit of the award just another chapter in his divisive presidency? What do you think? Should Trump win, or is there a more deserving candidate? Let the debate begin.